I will leave. Don't try to stop me. Don't grab me. Just let me leave. I will calm down and I'll come back. Because if you try to stop me, I black out.
I mean, listen, when it comes to Kris, what can we expect? You know, she's shown the footage of her shouting at Jamie, shown the footage of her pushing Jamie, and her excuse is that, well, when I get mad, I black out. I'm sorry, but who saw her black out in that situation? And I know obviously blackout doesn't necessarily mean like you actually black out. Sometimes you can just like, boom, and then you just do mad things. Completely get that. But this woman did not black out in that situation. No way, Jose. She was composed. As soon as she did it, she went back to just being completely calm and composed. You know what I mean? Of course she was angry. But you know what though? Forget that. A woman of her age should have been able to find methods to help her with her blackouts, to help her with her anger. Because in reality, I'm not buying none of that. There's nothing that she says is ever truthful. Everything that she says is always a lie. Where is the truth in what you're saying? You put your hands on another person. Instead of talking about how when you get angry, you need to be left alone and then you black out, what you should be saying is that, listen, I put my hands on my wife at the time, and you know what? I was wrong for that. I apologize for putting my hands on Jamie. Jamie, I am sorry. That is exactly what we should be hearing. We shouldn't be hearing a reason of why you put your hands on her. No. If you're not apologizing, then anything you got to say is just nonsense. So Jamie has proved that she only ever received one payment from Kris.
One payment from my bank. Yes, there was only one payment from my bank made. I gave money to my mother to send to her another time.
Oh my days. So you're telling me you gave money to your mother to send to Jamie. It's interesting because none of those scenes really ever felt like as if you'd given money to your mom at any point. That is very, very fascinating that she says that that she gave money to her mom. All right, Kris, whatever you say.
In total on the whole relationship, about 10 grand. But that's between that and the stuff, the expenses we bought and did together when I was there.
10 grand. He's saying that she said a 10 grand.
Personalmente nunca recibí ese dinero.
How much money do you think that Kris has given you?
1,150 más o menos.
Okay.
That is a big, big difference. A big, big difference. 10 grand to 1,500. The whole time they've known each other. That is a big difference. I mean, to be honest with you, the thing is with Jamie is that Jamie came through with evidence. Kris came through with nothing. Nothing.
Tengo la única transferencia que yo recibí de Kris Foster, $746.
When girl came through with the evidence, she came through with the evidence. Because obviously, Kris is out here talking about...
I was doing when I was away was for her. I was working day and night, going days without sleep, just trying to...
Blah, 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 blah. I was going days and nights, sleep, trying to make money. Don't lie. But don't lie. Lying doesn't suit you, Kris. You know why? Because you're a terrible liar. Someone has been lying for so many years. I would have thought that you should have done a better job of it by now. But yeah, whatever.
Debt.
Jamie,
No
is there debt? Are you in
Unless
debt?
she stayed in the apartment for months and months and months, accruing bills, and all she had to do was say something to me.
Okay, let's say, you know, Jamie's in debt or whatever, and all she needed to do was to ask you for money. How can Jamie ask someone money who doesn't want to answer their phone? Don't worry, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, like, TikTok. Hey, can you give me some money? Oh yeah, guess what? You don't answer your phone. You ignore me and goes for about a month or so. Kris, if only you remember certain things, you donut.
Storage, I would have done anything. Still would have. Just like today, I would still help her move to America today. I would sponsor her to come.
First and foremost, you're chatting absolute waffle. Absolute waffle. Because you two haven't spoke since your breakup until the tell, so that's why you wouldn't support her. But most importantly, you sponsor her? I find that hilarious, man. Like, Kris comes out of a lot of dumb shiz. This is going to be one of the dumbest. No way. You'd sponsor Jamie? Really? You would really sponsor? Go by, man. This woman, she is she's a hard person to explain because nothing that she says ever makes any sense. But I just love the way Chris loves to try and continue justifying things.
But we're talking about marriage and businesses and being together and loving each other. If you're telling me you love me and you want to be with me and you want to marry me, and your me is in English, I know that.
Chris, was this before you were married or after?
This was before.
Oh, so you guys have not met yet?
Yes.
You know what though? This whole situation with Jamie cheating or that kind of stuff, it's actually getting on my nerves. It's getting on my nerves because we have to fathom the fact that Jamie allegedly cheated on Chris, right? Prior to Chris actually going to Colombia. So Chris still continued to want to be with Jamie regardless of the cheating allegations, okay? Well, the cheating that Jamie admitted to, right? Which technically wasn't even cheating, and I'm going to get into that eventually. But the fact is, though, how can you now be calling someone out for something that you moved on from and you forgave them from in the past? The only time you do that is if you're losing a battle and you want everyone to be on your side. So therefore, you bring out things that you've already discussed, things that you already moved on from. Like, honestly, this is some petty, despiteful behavior from Chris.
Did you consider that cheating on Chris?
No, because she disappeared 1 month.
Exactly. Chris disappeared for a whole month. If someone disappears, I mean, listen, I won't lie to you. If someone just disappears from me and I haven't heard from them like in 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, depending on my mood, you know what I'm saying? We're not together anymore. Because why the hell am I going to be waiting for someone who wants to keep me in hold for more than a day? It doesn't make any sense. The moment that you decide to flee and make no communication, it means that clearly we're not together anymore. Therefore, I can now go off and do whatever the hell that I want to do. But the fact that Chris has gone for a whole month, like Jamie would have been a complete fool to wait around for someone that has disappeared with no word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, man. Chris is trying to make this into a Ross and Rachel situation. And it's not the same. Like, Were they on a break, though? If you know, you know. But we continue.
Cheat on Chris twice while Chris thought you were in a
3 times.
relationship.
No.
3 times.
No,
Yes.
only one.
It's funny, though, because the question is, did you cheat on her 2 times, whatever, right? And Chris is like, no, 3 times. So you're telling me that Jamie cheated on you, right? 3 times, yeah? And you still continue to want to go to Colombia and marry her. But then when it came down to you having a conversation with her for the very first time, you decided just to call it quits just like that. So 3 different cheating occasions happened in your head, but you still married her. But all it took was for one argument in person because you was ghosting her again after marriage. You just said that I'm done. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't make sense out of anything that Chris does. Fucking hell, man. Oh, it gets my nerves.
In love, and it's very easy for a predator to take advantage of Chris.
Are you calling Jamie a predator?
Yes.
Says the woman that decided to travel the world, decided to go all the way to Morocco to marry a man old enough to be her grandchild, to marry a man that is younger than her own freaking son. And she wants to talk about predators. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. How dare she say that? Like, wow. Does she even know the meaning of a predator? Because clearly in this context, she's got it wrong.
She wanted you to call her. Like, can you understand? Regardless of how many days it was, you said it was 3 days. She said it was 20. It doesn't matter. But for 3 days, you didn't talk to her. I
Facts, absolute fact.
understand you can't talk at work, but when you get home, when you're in the toilet, you can send a quick text. Hey, sorry, crazy day at work. Love you. Can't wait to talk.
Es
And Chris done none of that and should take no accountability for none of that. Do you know what? This is a fair point too. It's impossible that everyone is judging me. Obviously, this is Jamie talking right now, of course.
imposible que todo el mundo me esté juzgando por algo que pasó mientras esta señora estaba desaparecida por 20 días. Porque nadie sabe quién, porque es que a mí no me dieron explicación.
I tell you what though, what's coming here is nice. It's nice. You know what? Let me mute it to be fair. So hopefully that can make me allow me to play for longer and get that copyright nonsense. But yeah, let's get into it. So like, look, right there, boom, bam. Okay. Oh wait for it. Okay, there's a part maybe that I haven't come across yet. I'll be back.
Enviando fotos de ella desnuda, teniendo sexo y demás. Eso nadie lo dice. I'm sorry. I'm watching the picture because she say the ex
Now this is where it gets interesting. Chris is be getting what from who?
boyfriend not text me, and I have the pictures.
There we go. There are pictures that have now been sent between Chris and her ex-boyfriend. Oh, now this is where things get interesting, but this is where the show actually ended, to be fair. I didn't know they're gonna do a 3-part tell-all, but now we're waiting until next week for the next tell-all. Ah, god damn, it's draining, isn't it? It is bloody draining, isn't it? Yes, one shall say. Either way, though, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section. As far as I am concerned, Chris does not have a leg to stand on, because at the end of the day, she is someone that told Jamie that she'd help her pay the bills. She didn't. She only paid for one payment, and then on top of that, she has no proof. By saying that she got her mum to pay is absolutely ridiculous. Jamie came with the proof. You cannot argue with proof. That is just the bottom line. And at the end of the day, she still decided to continue to marry Jamie despite the whole cheating madness. So if you decided to do that, that's on you. You bring it up now just so people can defend you and be on your side, so you can make Jamie look bad. It's absolutely a C now. And the fact that she sits there and says, "Hey, I would sponsor her right now if she wanted to come to the States. Blah 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 blah. I still love her. I just seen her today. Blah 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 blah." And it's absolute nonsense, because if you actually truly loved her and you cared for her, then you wouldn't be trying to make her look like a complete villain in front of everyone. And to be fair, the same thing goes for Nicole too with her Mahmood. She really loved him, then she wouldn't be trying to make him look like a complete clown in front of everyone. And that is just the bottom line. But hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.